Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well and staying safe and healthy during these times. This is Radhika here again, and this video is going to be about how enablers use narcissists. Um, and I'm sorry if you can hear my husband talking in the background, and sorry if you can hear like an echo because we are kind of in the middle of the move, so the apartment is very empty right now, so everything is echoing. So I hope the audio is okay on this one. So anyways, I yesterday, like I was talking to a client of mine, and this topic suddenly came to me, where it's not just the narcissists who use other people, or they are not the only ones who have this point of view. So if you see narcissistic situations, often the enabler is actually also using the narcissist and everyone else in the situation. So an enabler is basically a person who lets narcissistic behavior continue. So just as an example, if you have a parent who is narcissistic, it's very possible that the other parent is also narcissistic, but if in a covert way. And usually these covert narcissistic parents, they are the ones who become the enablers. So they kind of always put this other overt parent as the front of the family, but they are the ones who are always, kind of running the family from behind, and just giving the overt narcissistic parent enough fuel. So when they want something from the overt narcissistic parent, they will kind of praise them, or inflate their ego a little bit, get them to do the work that they want the narcissistic person to do, and then kind of when they want to cause a fight, they will just prick the narcissistic person at the correct point, and slowly like kind of dissolve in the background and let this person explode. So always the overtly narcissistic person will be like the front of the family, and everyone will see them as the problem. Whereas the covert parent might be the one who's actually controlling the overt parent, and they might do this consciously or subconsciously. Because if they are covert, then that means they grew up in a family environment where people were kind of controlled in a very covert way, and things were done in a very covert way. There was no overt talk, or there was no overt fighting. There was no mentioning of the things which are, like a little bit on the shadow side. Everyone always wanted to show themselves as very ideal, like we don't hate, we don't get angry, we don't fight, we are very cultured, all of those things. And so they over time kind of imbibe this in themselves to such a great degree that they actually start thinking that there's nothing wrong in me. And on the other hand, the overt narcissistic parent is always a parent who has a problem with impulse control, and they might have some addictive tendencies, etc. So, this parent, when they compare themselves with their partner, they often feel, oh, I'm so much better than my partner. And over time, they kind of develop these tactics to control the overtly narcissistic person. So what I'm trying to say here is that enablers are the one who kind of want this dysfunction in place, even more than the narcissists, even more than the overt narcissists, because the overt narcissists are many times extremely unhappy with their life, and because they have very overt behaviors of expressing this discontent, like they might have addiction problems, they might have court cases against them of aggression, they might be like starting fights wherever they go. They might be friends telling them that you have some anger issues, you need to work on these. So what happens is their problems are very easily visible to the society, or to friends, to family, to well wishers, if they have any well wishers. and even to themselves. Like they can see the disadvantages of their actions very quickly. Whereas the covert narcissist, who oftentimes is like the enabler of the situation, they will uh, always blame the overt narcissist for all the issues. They never look inside. They never understand that I am actually the one who wants this dysfunction in place. They want to play the victim in a way. And the overt narcissistic person are more like the sadistic sort of people, that I will punish you and you are the one. So everything with them is very upfront. And the covert ones, on the other hand, they like to play victims. And then when you give them solution, they're like, no, but this can't work, that can't work. So they want to stay in the victim mentality. They don't want to break out of the victim mentality, because the victim mentality is where they have created a comfort zone for themselves. Now, if say you are born in such a family where one of the parent is an overt narcissistic person, the another one is like a covert, but on the surface they look like the enabler, but inside they are very, if you go deep inside, they are very covert. um, what will happen is, if you are born in this family and say you want to really break out of this dysfunction because you've seen it since childhood and it's irritating you, etc. If you are that, what I call empath, who sees everything from every perspective, understands both the parents, etc., and you want to break out of the system, you will first go to the enabler and kind of tell them that, see, these are the wrong things that are happening, maybe we should stop this. You might go even sometimes to the overt parent and tell them that these are the wrong things that are happening, we should stop them. Now, the thing is, none of these two people actually want to get out of this dysfunction, because they are very happy in that dysfunction. So it's kind of like one wants to be the dominating person and the other one wants to be the submissive person. But if you want to be balanced, if you want to be whole in your being, you want to get out of that dynamic, that bipolarity of either dominating someone or being submissive to someone. um, if you want to kind of graduate over your sacral chakra and go into your Manipur chakra, where you are completely free from this bondage kind of, or codependency, they will not like this, because they can only survive in that vibration. They are still very codependent on each other. So what they will do is, they will make you the scapegoat. So, unfortunately, a lot of my clients are in that situation where they are the ones who are seeing everything, but they are the ones who have to kind of understand that these people are not ready to get out of the dysfunction. Um, so yeah, so kind of this whole dynamic was explored recently, and so I thought I should make a video on it, because ultimately the narcissists get used by the enablers, and the enablers want to keep the narcissistic people in that dynamic, because then what happens is the narcissistic person becomes like um, the face of the dysfunction, and the dysfunction can continue behind the scenes by the enablers and the other people who are participating. And whenever the blame has to go to someone, it will go to the one narcissist that you always see on top. So so really, like, who is getting used here? So in a way, the narcissistic person is also getting used. So yeah, that was this video, and I hope this helps you in some way. And as always, I wish you a lot of love and a lot of light. Thank you. Bye.